nakatukoy dun sa taong nakausap o sinasabing na kontrata ni Vice President Sara Duterte para patayin yung Presidente, First Lady at former Speaker. So tinuloy niyo po ba yung investigasyon para mahanap ang taong ito?
Well, aside from the fact, Your Honor, na nag-issue kami ng subpoena sa Vice President para makakuha ng information, kasi we need a validated information, we need a confirmed information. Nung inissuean namin ng subpoena yung mga media personalities, bawat isa sa kanila na nag-appear, tinanong din po namin, nandun ka ba nung sinabi ito ng Vice Presidente?
Hindi ko po tinatanong kung sinabi ba to o hindi. Dahil may witness rin po tayo nung nakaraang linggo na nasabi nga ito at napanood naman ho natin po lahat. Ang tanong ko, tinuloy niyo ba yung investigasyon para matukoy ang taong ito?
Nagtanong kami, Your Honor. We tried to elicit information both from those people who have personal knowledge during the online press conference. Unfortunately, wala kaming ma-establish na validated information na confirm. So, in fact, hanggang ngayon, nag-aantay po kami. Hindi ho katulad dito sa nangyari, may apparent commission of the crime dahil nandiyan yung video eh.
So ang ibig niyo pong sabihin, bilang NBI, hindi niyo nahanap yung taong ito, pero literal niyo itong, sabi niyo, literal, itong pag-assess niyo dun sa statement dahil ito mismo yung nasabi ng Vice President.
Well, Your Honor, if the second highest official of the land sinabi yan, it's hindi ho biro yan. Medyo mabigat ho yan at yung pagkasabi pa niya na may kasamang galit at mga pagmumura. So we took it very serious, Your Honor.
Alright, I have a question for the defense. Sa lahat ng mga sagot ninyo, Attorney Vinluan, parang hindi ko nakita na tinanggi ng inyong kliyente o ng depensa na may nakausap ang Vice Presidente na tao para gawin yung mga bagay na ito. Tama ba? Wala ito sa mga sagot ninyo?
We deny that, Your Honor.
You deny?
That is not accurate, Your Honor, and we will present evidence or counter evidence to prove that.
So let me clarify. Sa lahat ng sagot ninyo so far, hindi pa nyo tinatanggi ito, pero in your time presenting evidence, you will deny.
Attorney Jeremy Lontok.
Opo, Your Honor.
What findings, if any, convince the NBI the motive of the respondent to kill the president and two other people? Meron po bang kayong nakitang motibo? Kasi maaari pong sabihin lang nung isang tao sa sobrang galit niya, napag-usapan na po kanina yan, di ba? Spur of the moment. Pero did you find any motive? Bakit niya po gagawing patayin ang Pangulo?
Yes, Your Honor. As I've said before, when we take into consideration all the facts and circumstances surrounding that issue, nagkaroon ng hindi magandang relasyon yung dalawa, and then nagbato na ang Vice Presidente ng mga salitang mabibigat laban sa Presidente. Pinapakita doon sa October 18 na toxic na nga yung relationship nila. Galit na galit si Sara dahil sinasabi ng Vice Presidente is politically motivated yung pag-attack sa kanya. And then at the same time, pinagtutulungan siya ng buong gobyerno. So, then na-trigger ho yun, if my memory serves me right, nung incident nangyari noong 23 November 2023, at 23 November 2023, at 2024. So parang nagpatong-patong na ho siya, convolution ng iba't ibang issue. So nakita ho namin talagang galit ang Vice Presidente sa Presidente.
Okay. So you saw that the Vice President is very angry, right? Galit po siya. Did the investigation uncover any evidence, if there's any, that the respondent had taken steps to carry out these threats or these statements that she made in public and online? Did you have or did you cover any evidence?
Your Honor, insofar as the Cybercrime Division is concerned, we focuses on the investigation on the alleged grave threats and inciting to sedition. Ngayon, pagdating doon ng whether or not meron na-execute na o may inutusan, I think ang makakasagot po niyan, Your Honor, yung aming director kasi sa kanya po yung pool ng information. At the same time, yung jurisdiction na yan, nasa intelligence service po namin. Kami ho nasa investigation service. So, insofar as the NBI, Cybercrime Division is concerned, at that time, nakafocus ho kami sa grave threat and inciting to sedition. But insofar as whether meron na bang in-engage ang Vice Presidente, jurisdiction ho yan ng aming intelligence service at maybe ang makakasagot niyan yung aming director kasi siya po yung recipient ng full of information from different divisions and regions.
You mean the inciting to sedition will be answered by the director, is that correct? Kasi parang hindi po natalakay kanina yung inciting to sedition. Is it?
Well, Your Honor, inciting to sedition, in our investigation, we were able to establish that those utterances from 18 October 2024, November 23, 2024, and other facts and circumstances, even the November 26, 2024, we believed that those utterances have a tendency, Your Honor, to stir up the people, to go against the government, have tendency to disturb the public peace of the community, the peace of the community, and have tendency to undermine public safety and public order. And I think that's elements of the inciting to sedition, Your Honor.
So you're saying they're intertwined. Killing the president and then inciting the people to revolt against the government, they're intertwined. Is that what you're saying?
Based on our findings, Your Honor.
Based on your findings. And what could be the motive of the vice president inciting people to sedition, to revolt against the government, when in fact she will be the next president of the republic? She's been saying, and everybody knows, and she's been claiming. Well, why do you think? I mean, did you look deeper? Why incite to sedition? I mean, well, in fact, you're the vice president. Usually, in our country, Mr. Witness, the vice president would run for presidency. What could be the motive?
Well, Your Honor, what we have established is the fact that the relationship between the two were already hostile. And what we established is the fact that the Vice President has committed great threats and inciting to sedition. Yun ho yung focus namin, Your Honor. Insofar as yung mas malalim pa na motibo, wala akong personal knowledge.
All right.
Well, Your Honor, the pieces of evidence that we attached or we incorporated in our investigation is sufficient and has satisfied the requirements of the quantum of evidence required, which is prima facie evidence with reasonable certainty of conviction. And the fact, Your Honor, that the Department of Justice has issued certification stating that your referral, your transmittal, has complied all the elements of the crime charge and therefore good for preliminary investigation.
Sa affidavit of investigation dated February 10, 2025, nirekomenda ng NBI na sampahan ng mga kasong grave threats at inciting to sedition ang vice-presidente. Pwede po bang idahilan sa mga kasong yan na nadala lang ng emosyon or may matinding trigger kaya nakapagsambit ng ganoon?
I don't think, Your Honor, kasi wala naman ho sa elements ng grave threats yung situation na yon. As long as we were able to satisfy the elements for grave threats, Your Honor, and when the Department of Justice certifies na kumpleto yung elemento doon, so no, Your Honor, hindi ho yan mamatter doon sa findings namin.
At yung sinabi po ninyong elements of grave threats, yun po yung 4 na in-enumerate nyo kanina. Ano pong elements of grave threats?
Yes, Your Honor. Number 1, that a person threatened to inflict another person upon the latter's person, honor, or property, or that of the latter's family with any wrong. That's the first element. The second element, that wrong amounts to a crime. Then the third element is yung may demand for money or may condition na inimposed. In our investigation, mayroon hong 3 acts para makommit yung grave threats. Base doon sa 3 elements na sinabi ko, the offender have complied with the threat na sinabi niya. The offender hindi niya na-comply yung threat na sinabi niya, or yung pangatlong act, yung walang condition, yung threat na yon, Your Honor.
Mga 2 beses nyo po binanggit yung salitang kondisyon, Attorney Lotoc. Itatanong ko yan mamaya-maya. Sa DOJ po, sa DOJ naman, may criteria ng reasonable certainty of conviction bago magsampa ng kaso. Sa
Yes, Your
NBI, yes, Attorney, sa
Opo.
NBI, ano naman po ang pamantayang sinusundan ninyo bago magrekomenda ng kaso?
Well, sinusunod din ho namin yung quantum of evidence na prima facie evidence with reasonable certainty of conviction. Kaya ho, kung makikita nyo, yung pong aming processes o yung phases, yung pang last po niya is legal evaluation. Meaning, pag meron na ho kaming conclusion, bago ho namin ito isubmit sa Department of Justice, meron hong referral kaming ginagawa sa legal division or nagpapatulong ho kami sa aming mga legal experts. So sila ho ngayon yung nag-evaluate, sila ang mag-qualify kung na-satisfy na yung requirements at kung pwede na siyang isubmit sa Department of Justice for purposes of preliminary investigation, ma'am.
Alright, salamat, Attorney. So kahit papaano, ina-approximate nyo yung criteria na sinusundan ng DOJ, kahit bilang NBI?
Yes, Your Honor, and that is on the basis of our cherished principle, the 2-pillar rule in investigation, thoroughness and legality, Your Honor.
Alright, salamat po. Eto, in principle, kailangan po ba ng patunay na may kinontratang assassin para maituring na grave threats ang mga sinabi?
Well, Your Honor, in so far as the crime of grave threat is concerned, hindi po yun kailangan.
Alright. Speaking of condition, kanina na binanggit nyo 2 beses, posible po ba ang grave threats kahit may kondisyon ang banta? Ibig sabihin yung kapag ito nangyari sa akin, ito ay mga gawin mo. Kahit may kondisyon yung banta, posible po ba ang grave threats?
Very much possible, Your Honor. As I have said, grave threats can be committed with or without condition. And as a matter of fact, meron akong naalalang isang case, SPO2 Jamaica versus Attorney Bangot. Ang sabi ho doon ni SPO2 Jamaica, if I lose my job, I will break your head or I will... So it's for us, it's a kind of event-based condition na matitrigger yung execution ng threat pag nangyari yung event. But then when the Supreme Court nag-decide the Supreme Court at ang sabi niya, the threat was absolute. So it's
Sinabi ng SC
absolute yung threat, Your Honor,
Okay.
hindi conditional. So parang ganito, akin sa situation dito, meron siyang sort of event-based condition na pag nangyari yung event, matitrigger ngayon yung threat na inatter ng offender,
So,
Your Honor.
masasabi pong may jurisprudence po dahil may nakikita kayong paghahalintula dun sa kasong ni rule ng SC, kaugnay ni PO2 Jamaica at itong kay Vice President.
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright. Huling tanong na lang po, Attorney Lotoc. Bilang abogado po, as a general rule, kailan po masasabing lampas sa free speech ang pananalita at nagiging grave threats o inciting to sedition na?
We consider the two tests. Number one, yung the clear and present danger rule and the dangerous tendency rule. But among the two, ang nakita ho namin yung the dangerous tendency rule. Meaning if the speech would have a tendency to create chaos or to create illegal acts, then that should be restricted. Pag may tendency ho na magiging ganon ang resulta.
So, huli po, attorney, masasabing bang may parang spectrum pwedeng nagsisimula sa free speech pero pag lumalapit na dun sa dangerous tendency rule ay maaari na talagang tumawid sa magiging grave threats o inciting to sedition? Yun.
Yes, Your Honor.